What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be testing the most downloaded tactic in FM24. That's one of mine. 160,000 tactic downloads on FM Scout, the most downloaded tactic ever this year. Originally made for the beta, we're going to take it today, see if it still works in this game, make some big tweaks to it, and then you are going to have the finalized product. If you do enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And once again, if you want all of my tactics, all of my rebuilds, and many more perks, you can come and sign up to the Patreon and be part of 5,000 members, where it's absolutely kicking off. Daily exclusive content. Let's get into it. First up is going to be a test with Plymouth. Now I thought, you know what? I need a team to test with. I was watching Pieface the other night, Plymouth come into my head, so let's go over and test with them. And we put on a great season, runners up in the Carabao Cup 4-0. To be fair, we beat ourselves with Man City as the powerhouse of the video, so a little spoiler right there. The championship we are also going to go over and win and only lose 7 games out of 46, and I will say we are not the clear favourite by any means to get the job done. We have got 1 player as the top goal scorer, 2 players in the best average rating, 1 player as the top assister, and second place when it comes to the clean sheets. Now stats, we were absolutely flawless when it comes to the goals, the most shots, the fewest shots against. Defensively, we were okay. 3rd place when it comes to the clean sheets and 3rd place when it comes to the conceded, and I will say that is why today we're going to tweak this tactic a little bit and make it the new, better 4-2-3-1 for you to be using. But overall, considering this was made for the beta, it's still done very well. Under a goal conceded, 2.54 goals, considering the amount of match engine changes and everything they've changed, we have still got a very good tactic here, and of course we've still got the final to watch. Are you ready for the ultimate crypto gaming experience? TrustDice is celebrating its 6th birthday with massive rewards and unbeatable features. Let me show you why TrustDice is the place to be for esports and sports betting. Here we have the esports section where you can discover a variety of different esports, including my personal favourite, eFootball. With TrustDice, you're probably getting the best odds of all crypto casinos. Whether you're backing your favourite teams or scouting new betting opportunities, this is where the action happens. Plus, this month, TrustDice is offering an unbelievable 500% welcome bonus, up to $90,000 and 100 free spins for new players. And don't miss the $18,000 double prize pools in dice, crash and slot contests, and risk-free bets for selected matches in the sportsbook. And with the 2024 Vegas Grand Prix around the corner, now's your chance to bet on whether Max Verstappen will secure his 4th title. The excitement has never been higher. But don't wait, click the custom link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to start betting now. Join the excitement, claim your bonuses, and let's celebrate together TrustDice's 6th birthday in style. It was also against ourselves in the FA Cup final where we actually beat Man City, which is a good statement for this tactic because it goes to show you can beat a bigger team as the smaller team. Putting it bluntly, sorry to Plymouth fans, they are going to get a consolation, but we do win 2-1, so at the end of the day, that's a big dub. Over to another challenge now, and I will say I think we could have done better, and we are going to make some tactical changes in the breakdown, so you could do a lot better than this, but still it's a good finish. BVT, obviously a team in the Portuguese league who are nowhere near predicted to finish towards the top, I believe 8th place, so we've done very well, overachieved big time, the same points as Porto, so close to runners up to the league. I will say the rest of the cups didn't go that well, but overall in this league I will take these results because it's something to build on. The data hub we can go and look at a staggering 2.44 goals per game, only 0.68 conceded, a good pass completion and a fairly decent shots per game ratio as well. I think where the tactic could have done a little bit better here is on the attacking front, so that's what we're going to go in and try and fix, so do stick around for that because we are going to mould it into the new better 4-2-3-1. And then with a powerhouse or not, to do this is always impressive. The Premier League, the Champions League, the Carabao Cup and the Community Shield. The Community Shield is going to be a 2-1 win over Manchester United. The Carabao Cup, obviously we beat Plymouth 4-0, our team we're playing with as well. The Champions League, we get the job done, and the Premier League is really good, nearly invincible. Considering this is made for the beta, it goes to show that you still can rep tactics made from right back in the day. The real big change we're going to make in this is actually with the defensive line, because at the start of the game, playing a much higher line wasn't really that broken. Now it's absolutely busted. So as you can see, Erling Haaland 64 goals, De Bruyne with 23, 3 plays in the average rating, same goes for the assists, and Ederson is going to be your clean sheet winner. Most goals, most shots, fewer shots against, possession very high up, 58%, fewest conceded and the most clean sheets. all round a very strong performance, and I imagine the Data Hub will back it up as well, and it definitely does, with 4.13 goals per game, 0.45 conceded, over 88% pass completion, which is really high, nearly 89, and over 22.6 shots every single match. That is a good send-off. Out over 2 a game in that league against Arsenal, a very strong team. We're going to go 1-0 up inside of 9 minutes. It's going to be double set pieces actually, which is why you should go and get them as well, because they score so many goals for us in these tactic tests, and that one not from a set piece but still done very well. And one last goal here with Kyle Walker down the right with a ball in into Salvinho, into Gundogan. It's a bit scrappy, but we'll take a 4-0. Also, if it's your favourite part of the video, that is going to be the tactic breakdown. If you are enjoying so far, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you do enjoy rebuilds, you can come and find my second channel, Daily Josh, where we put up a load of rebuilds once every 2 to 3 days, and we've got an amazing Let's Play over there, so go and check it out. But to make this tactic, all you want to do is load in the Gegenpress and simply, obviously, opt in for that 4-2-3-1. Let's go and make, or remake, this amazing tactic. Mentality is going to be set to positive. Once again, as a little reminder, if you do want to access all 3 of these tactics in one simple fast download, get them on console and also on mobile, get all of my rebuild files and unlock all of the tactics I've got from this year, you can go and check out the Patreon in the link below, where you can be part of a team of 5,000 members. Daily exclusive content, which obviously we provide rebuilds and tactics for. It's the place to be if you still are enjoying your Football Manager. Now, what I will say is with this tactic, you can tell it was made for the beta, because at the end of the day, it was such a simple tactic. I mean, the sweeper keeper come in on support with simply no instructions at all. The wing backs are what really made me laugh a little bit, because we obviously were just getting into the game, seeing what works, and the wing back on the left simply had 2 instructions, those being run wide and also stay wider, no tackle harder. You can tell we've come quite a far way since then, so that is simply going to be the addition of those instructions, and that was also going to be the same for the right back, the wing back also being run wide and also stay wider. And I will say it does work really well, because we are going to have 2 inside options when it comes to the wingers, and obviously the wing backs are going to create good overlapping runs. When it comes to the centre backs, we can't really beat around the bush. It's going to be 2 ball playing defenders who are simply on the default. Again, no tackle harder. You can tell us at a completely different point of the game. Going over to the midfield on the right hand side, a bit risky for a beta tactic, we did actually have a Volante on support with 1 instruction being move into the channels. Nowadays, you wouldn't dream of having tackle harder not applied to a midfield player, but back then we clearly did. Unfortunately, we did have 1 tackle harder on, and that is going to be set to the DM, and he is going to have tackle harder selected, also pass the ball shooter, and take fewer risks. So a very risk-free option in midfield to partner the Volante, who of course is a little bit more risky. Going up the pitch is going to be a shadow striker, who is going to be set to attack, who by default has 4 instructions, so just the 1 additional one, setting him to roam from position. Moving on to the right hand side is going to be an inside forward, who is actually going to be set to attack, and he is going to have a couple of instructions, or 1 instruction made by us, roam from position, but of course by the game he has 5, dribble more, cut in, take more risks, cross less often, and of course get further forwards. Now on the left hand side, another inverted option, this time a winger, inverted winger, with the same instruction being set to roam from position. Again, the game adds 3 on top of that, getting forwards, cutting in, and also dribbling more, but that's going to give you a very, very attacking front 3, and to finish it off, this has not changed in terms of meta. The advanced forward simply on shoot more often. So do you know what? It is really nice to see how the tactics used to play out, still are very similar, but of course, we are going to recreate a more up-to-date version for you today as well, just so you can use that. But let's go over and talk about the team instructions, starting off with this. So we are going to stick with fairly wide, pass into the space, overlap left and overlap right, while playing out from the back. The final third is going to be set to mixed crosses, and on this occasion, actually work ball into the box. The tempo is going to be maxed out, with the passing down by 1 to shorter, and that is simply all she wrote for in possession. In transition, counter press and counter, play to the centre backs while taking short goal kicks. Again, usually in the up-to-date tactics, you're seeing a distribute quickly, you know, a little something, get the game moving quicker. But in the beta, it was purely a trial and error sort of situation, and the tactic absolutely cooked, and it still does, to be fair. Out of possession, the high press, and this is the conversation I want to have, because in your meta tactics now, you're going in with the much higher. No. In this tactic, it was a standard line, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and 1-up on the trigger press. That is going to be the old school meta 4-2-3-1, which still is a very solid tactic, to be fair, and I would say designed now for more mid-table to lower teams, because it actually is quite balanced. Let me now take you to the new meta 4-2-3-1, which matches everything you'd expect to see. And that is going to shape up like this. Now, this is your modern meta tactic. Now, there is going to be tackle harder on some of these players because we have really updated how the meta plays. The mentality also is going to go up to attacking. To clarify, the goalkeeper does remain the same. Both of the ball players, I have actually not got tackle harder on because I've noticed recently you don't really need it on them as well because our wing backs are going to have it. So on the right and the left are both on attack, both on take more risks, run wide, stay wide, and also tackle harder. You would have also noticed with your eyes that, of course, both of the inverted options are now on support opposed to attack, and that's because in a current match engine it's actually a lot more beneficial if you've got good quality ones to have your wingback set to attack and really push forward. So that's why that change has come in. The DM on the left is on tackle harder, the volante now on attack, on move into the channels, the inverted winger on the right and on the left are both now going to be not only cutting in and dribbling more, but roaming, getting forwards and shooting more often. The shadow striker remains the same, as does the advanced forward. The team instructions remains to fairly wide, pass into the space. We're not going to have work ball into the box because, truth be told, none of the tactics that I usually have that on score as many goals as what we've done with Man City on this occasion. Overlap left, overlap right, while playing out from the back. The creative freedom, be more expressive, the tempo all the way up to higher, and the passing down by 1 to shorter. So just a few subtle changes. Another subtle change in this tab would be these two still being applied, but playing to anyone across the back line while taking short goal kicks, but of course distribute quickly. It's all in the meta tactics. Now, lastly, you wouldn't actually dream of not using this in today's meta. Now, it is quite common. We are going to go over and use the much higher defensive line because that's just how we play football nowadays in this game. It's absolutely broken. The trigger press is going to be all the way pushed up as well with the prevention of goalkeeper distribution and also get stuck in. That is the new meta, and that is going to be your up-to-date tactic for slightly, say, top 7 teams you could easily get away with. But for those of you that want a more up-to-date 4-2-3-1 with a really low-down team, I've also got you covered. Let's go over and learn about a more defensive version of this. This one is going to be on the balanced mentality, and I will say this is definitely designed to either 1, time waste, or 2, with a smaller team where you want more possession because maybe you're not as good in terms of taking on players, or maybe you just like to control your games a little bit more, and this is where this comes in. So the goalkeeper remains the same, as does both of the ball-playing defenders. The wing-backs are different, gone back to support on run wide and stay wider, so actually the same as the original tactic. This is very different though. 2 DMs, both come in. On the right, take fewer risks and tackle harder. On the left, pass it short, take fewer risks and also tackle harder. On the left, an inverted winger on support, on pass it short, roam and sit narrow, and on the right, exactly the same but not an inverted winger and inside forward. In the middle, an AM comes in, not the shadow striker, on pass it short, shoot less, roam and move into the channels, and the advanced forward is simply now on shoot more often. So you've noticed that with this player here, pass it short, this player, short, this player, maybe not for these, this player here. So what we're going to do here is between this sort of 5 block, the idea is to control the ball in this and simply just create. Now, this is not going to score as many goals as what the default one does or the attacking, but you are going to have a lot more possession. Team instructions, again, mentality, set to balance, the attacking width remains the same. We are going to work the ball into the box while playing out from the back, the tempo up by 1 to slightly higher, and the passing down by 1 to shorter. Pretty nice and simple. In transition, we're going to counter press and counter. This time, slow the pace down, more composure on the ball, playing to anyone across the back line while simply taking short goal kicks. And lastly, out of possession, the standard line with that high press, and we're simply going to max this out and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. That is going to wrap up today's video. You have got 3 fantastic tactics, an old school brilliant beta tactic from really back in the day, and of course you have now got 2 up-to-date versions, which I might rename on the Patreon files because it might be a little bit confusing, but of course you have got them all at your disposal there. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you do enjoy Twitch streams, come on over in the link below, because we're streaming almost every day and we're trying to win every trophy with all Red Bull affiliated teams. There's one big challenge save which we're trying our best in. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.